already know just where I be, dog. I ain't being cocky, but Philly what I'm reppin'. Watch me check it like it's hockey. I ain't tryna get it twisted. If you get it, then you got me. If you with it, cool. If not, I'll treat you like a Tamagotchi. I'ma let you down point. Yeah, I never disappoint.
What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Today's video is kind of about something I've wanted to talk about for a while now. And more recently, the Xbox One came out with a new UI update, which if you don't know what that is, that's all like the graphics to where you go to your messages and you know the game and all that stuff, right? That kind of got me thinking about, you know, what I've been talking about in the past of why companies fix stuff that's not broken. So they're not really fixing it, they're just changing it for the sake of change's sake. And that got me thinking. I'm like, alright, so that happens with the Xbox One a lot. They've changed their, I guess, the UI like 6 times since I've had it now. And every time, by the time I get used to the old one, they come out with a new one. So then it's like, alright, I finally get to, you know where everything is, you know how to scroll to things, you know, to go to things quickly, you know, all that type of stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom. And within one day, they change everything. Now, with EA, that is literally the tune of how they sing their songs, essentially. If that even, that's not even English, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? They, all of a sudden, they just change things. Not that they're broken, but just to change them. So they have something to promote in the next game. Because if they didn't do that, then they would have nothing new. Except for, like, I shouldn't say nothing new. Like, 1 or 2 new features or new game modes or whatever in the game, right? Like, you remember a couple years back how they had, you know, special types of deeks. What happened? They took them out of the game. For what reason, I will never know. And then, all of a sudden, boom, they're back in NHL 18, but they're a new feature this time. They're a new, brand new feature. Point exactly, right? But that got reminded me of last year. And the ratings last year were pretty good. You know, some of them were a bit off, obviously, but you know, some guys that are at the top of the NHL, you know, your McDavids, your Crosbys, your Carlsons, your Dowdys, your Renes, your Prices, your all those guys, right? All the top guys. Those guys don't get what they deserve as far as ratings go. And I know that's kind of down a lot for everyone this year, so they're all like a couple down. But still, why did we change that? Why? Did you want to make the game so slow that it's like a snail? Like, I can't believe they're like, oh, you know what we should do this year, guys? Let's make everyone a few overall lower, so that way we can just slow everyone down. Make the gameplay super slow, and everyone hates it. Great. It sounds like a good idea. Let's publish that. That's what their meeting sounded like. I swear. Like, I almost recorded that from their meeting, which I didn't attend, obviously. But why did we change ratings? Like, there was nothing wrong with that. And that goes with the gameplay. Right? Why did this year start with the most clunky, slow gameplay? You know how fast they had to fix that? Like, that great idea that someone came up with during the off-season, or I guess during the making of the game. Look at how fast that was fixed. Now they've made it so it's a lot faster. And I would love to, somehow, if I can, see what it was, how the gameplay was when the gameplay first came out to where it is now. And it's almost like it was last year, but there's still that clunkiness to it. Now, last year was a lot more, I guess, looser, if that makes sense. But this year, look at how fast they changed it, because they know they were in the wrong. Like, you don't just change something within the first, like, something big like the player mechanics. You don't just change that in the first month because we need to tweak it a little bit. No, that was like a 3/4 of the way change. Like, they didn't just change that to patch a couple of things. They changed that because it was terrible. Now, I'm no expert in game developing, obviously. I've never developed a game. I don't know how to code anything. I'm just a YouTuber. But if you go from last year and look how everything was, the ratings, the player mechanics, everything that was in the game, we almost went backwards, right? Why did we come out with this big new update of the game super slow, super clunky, super boring, and then have all this stupid stuff just happen all the time? right? Like my last video, desync. Remember last year how you had to spam player goalie and people just delay a game once they started losing because they got mad? Right? The only time I ever did that was to see if it worked for myself, if I knew how to do it. That was the only time. And now it's just in the game randomly? Like, come on, EA. Just stop changing things. And not even EA. EA and Xbox. Stop changing things that aren't broken.
Jumping off the porch like mom's not home. Just a couple kids living